Hello, Ghana, and welcome to a tale as intriguing as an Anansi story and as vital as the water that flows through the Volta River. This isn't just a story about numbers and finances, it's a story that touches every market stall in Kejetia, Makola, every cocoa farm in the Ashanti region, and every fisherman's net in Elmina. Today, on TWS TV, we're diving into a mystery that has everyone talking: the Bank of Ghana's loss of 60 billion Ghana cedis, a sum that would make even the golden stool look modest. How did this happen, and what does it mean to you? So don't change the channel, hit that subscribe button and stay with us as we explore a story that's as much about Ghana's future as it is about its present. Ready? Then let's take our first step into the world of billions, only here on TWS TV. Think of it this way, dear viewers. Let's say you go out to great lengths to borrow a huge cauldron from across the town so you can cook enough banku to feed a small army. But just as you're about to serve your banku, you stumble and you spill it all over the ground. Well, that's the predicament we find ourselves in. We've knocked on the IMF's door, painstakingly negotiated a hefty $3 billion loan, only for our own Bank of Ghana to spill a colossal 60.8 billion Ghana cedis or 5.2 billion on the floor. It's like going through all the trouble to catch a big fish only to let it slip from our grasp at the shoreline. Now, understanding this extraordinary loss is like navigating through the Labadi traffic in rush hour. Complicated, hectic, but crucial if we want to get to our destination. 60.8 Ghana, let me say it again, 60.8 billion Ghana cedis or $5.2 billion. The numbers are as dizzying as a trotro ride on a hot Accra afternoon. It begins with the word impairment. No, not the type you might hear at a local herbalist shop, but a financial term that speaks to the devaluation of government stocks and non-marketable instruments. The money that was invested in government bonds and obligations has somehow lost value, much like how your chale water gets worn out to a couple of wears. The cause of the loss? Our tale takes us towards the corridors of power. The government's failure to pay back its loans to the Bank of Ghana is a key player in this drama. Think of it as a rain dance where the clouds never ever burst. Then there's the Bank of Ghana's own decisions. Some say they've been like a fisherman casting a net with holes, only to wonder why their catch is growing smaller and smaller. And the intrigue actually deepens with discrepancies in budget figures and economic strategies that have left many, including financial experts, wondering what the hell is going on. So how did we get to this point, and where do we go from here? Hold on to your hats, guys. I'm going to dive into this. The plot thickens. So, 60.8 billion Ghana cedis gone. But what does it mean for you and me and the market woman at Makola and Kejetia? 1. Loans and credits. The bank's loss might tighten the purse strings. That means that it will be more difficult for small businesses like you and me to get a loan. It will be more difficult for farmers to get credit. And basically, it's not like it wasn't difficult already. It's just going to get insanely more difficult. Currency value. That's the second thing. Picture the city taking a nosedive, like a faulty aeroplane falling out of the sky. Our prices are going to go sky high, and your bowl of fufu is going to cost you more because our currency is going to basically get devalued. 3. Interest rates. Are you saving for that perfect home that we talked about in the last episode in East Legon? Yep. Interest rates might Dance to a beat as wild as Azonto, making your dreams drift farther away as the interest rates on your mortgages soar even higher. Public services, hospitals, schools, roads. I heard a story the other day of a hospital that has had water disconnected, water supply disconnected from it for almost a year now. So we're going to see a lot of that as the government starts to cut funding to hospitals, schools, roads. Um, and it's not going to be nice, guys. 5 is inflation. I'm sure you all know about this. Prices are going to keep rising like the Harmattan wind, catching everything in its path from your morning kinky to your evening's electricity bill. Everything is going to keep climbing. Number 6, government support. Taxes will rise. They might even end up taking more loans. And things are going to get pretty messy as elections come around the corner. But hold on, it's not all dark and as, difficult as it could be. It's probably worse. Let's talk about it in more detail. In the bustling markets of Ghana, from Makola to Kejetia, bargaining is an art. But when it comes to the Bank of Ghana's loss, is the government striking the right deal or leaving us shortchanged? Let's take a stroll through the corridors of power. Dr. Theophilus Achampong, a renowned economist, lays the blame at the government's doorsteps, pointing to unpaid debts to the Bank of Ghana. It's like basically the government of Ghana owes their favorite wache seller and they're never paying up. Eventually, when the government of Ghana turns up, to collect, and there's no money, the pot's going to run dry. No more wache. But wait, there's more. Michael Ni Yaboy Anan, a financial expert, is demanding answers for the discrepancies between the budget statements and the central bank's figures. It's a dance more complex than Adowa, with steps and turns that leave us dizzy. Dr. Frank Barno of CDS Africa reminds us that this isn't the first time the bank is feeling the pinch. History, they say, has a way of repeating itself like the relentless waves at Cape Coast. Some say the bank allowed itself to be swayed like a palm tree, lacking independence and clarity, and bucket loads of incompetence. Yet, not all fingers point at the government. Some argue that the bank should have been more vigilant, guarding the national coffers like a fierce Ashanti warrior. The plot thickens. The questions multiply. Is it mismanagement? Is it lack of oversight? Or it's just a political chess game? Behold, the Bank of Ghana, dear viewers, a pawn in a two-party state led by clowns with degrees from prestigious universities like Harvard and MIT. Credentials abound, but wisdom, that's another story. Promises to rebuild? Think of it as a mirage in the Saharan heat. It's an illusion that fades closer as you get. Retaining profits, optimizing portfolios, they just talk big words, empty as a calabash turned upside down. Calling for government support is like a child calling for a kite that has already flown away, lost to the winds of mismanagement. But what does this mean for you, the beautiful people of Ghana? Hold on tight, for the road ahead is as bumpy as a trotro ride in the rainy season. Savings, financial stability, these words are hollow, like a drum with no beat in the hands of those leading the dance. Ghana's financial landscape isn't a weaving Anansi web leading forward. It's a tangled mess, and those of them at the helm seem to be wearing blindfolds. We're being led into the dark by a group of blind people. They don't know where they're going. They don't know where they're taking us. The sun may rise and set over our beautiful land, but under the current regime, the dawn of financial stability and growth seems but a distant dream. It's a story of missed opportunities, that's what it is. The story of Ghana. Of potential unrealized, of a game where the people are spectators, not players. And the score, dear viewers, does not look promising. Next year's elections loom like a storm cloud over a field of maize, yet the forecast for Ghana offers very little hope. You see, Ghana finds itself at a crossroads, caught between two political parties whose prowess seems to lie not in governance, but in a weird competition to see who can steal the most without getting caught. One can almost hear the money rustling underneath these ministers' beds, guarded by their thieving house helps who dole out the nation's wealth to their boyfriends as if distributing groundnuts. Our beloved KJTR markets bustles, yet the true marketplace of corruption thrives unchecked, an open secret that festers like an unhealed wound. What is the way forward, guys? How can we save Ghana from blatant lies and incompetence? It's time to rise, Ghana, to demand accountability and transparency, to break free from the shackles of a two-party system that offers illusion without substance, empty promises. The path to salvation isn't behind the gates of plush mansions. It's in the voices of the ordinary people like you and me. It's in the hearts of those who toil and in the minds of those who dare to dream. We must craft a new narrative, build bridges of trust and community, and seek leaders who serve not their pockets but the people. And I mean it. Half a loaf, they say, is better than none, but why settle for crumbs when we can bake a completely new loaf, fresh and nourishing, free from the molds of deceit and corruption? This Ghana is our story. It's our challenge and it's our destiny. Let us write a new chapter, one filled with hope, integrity, and the courage to be the nation we were meant to be. If you've enjoyed watching this video, like, subscribe, share with your friends, join in the conversation, and let's strive to make Ghana better. I'm Alfie, and I'm out.